Good morning, all of you. So in today's class, we'll discuss about the some Bernoulli's theorem. Few more applications are there. After that, we'll go for aerodynamic lift, then the Magnus effect. These are the last things. Then the force exerted by the jet on a surface. If it is inclined, if it is incident normally or at an angle, that one. So these are some problems that are left over. Okay, read this question. I try to work out. Already I had discussed certain level of questions related to this. Please read question. I'll give 2 minutes time to work out. You have to put effort. Already we have discussed the similar idea. Take pen, paper, draw the diagram and analyze. Okay, no, I think. Okay, let me start like this. Pressure, the same diagram. See, now I think we know enough of Bernoulli's theorem numericals, no? So straight away we should know how to apply things here. I'll begin this. So let me take the point one. There's a point two. There's a point three. We'll agree this. So first what we do is like, we should apply, what is the velocity of the liquid at 2 and 3? What is the velocity of the liquid at 2 and 3? So we'll apply Bernoulli's theorem between 2 and 3. So E2 should be equal to E3. So P2 plus U plus rho V2 square is equal to P3 plus U plus rho V3 square. From equation of continuity, area of cross section S S2 V2 should be equal to S3 V3. Will I agree this? And S2 is equal to S3. The diagram itself says, so therefore V2 equal to V3. If V2 equal to V3, so P2 must be equal to P3. So what is P3? P naught. So what should be the P2? Should be equal to P naught. Why P3? P3 is exposed to air, no? These are some troublesome questions will be there. So therefore, P2 must be equal to P naught. Okay, let's write. And what is the state of liquid here? Here, liquid will be at rest. What about here? Flowing liquid. Liquid flows. What happened here? Liquid will be at rest. Is it fine? Okay, now let's write expression for pressure on the vertical limb. P naught plus rho GH minus P2 equals 0. So P naught plus rho GH. What is the pressure at 2? Equal to P naught. So what should be the H? Should be 0. So what should happen to liquid? Liquid should not rise in the vertical limb. What is the vertical limb? This is the thing. So liquid should not rise. Find the level of water H in the tube B as water flows out of A. This is a condition. Okay, let's come for this one. Find X is asking. Find X is asking. So directly from the Bernoulli's theorem, what is V is equal to between 1 and 3, I'll apply it. Applying now 1 and 3. P1 plus U plus 0 should be equal to P3 plus U plus rho V square. Let the density of liquid be rho. What is the pressure at 1? P naught plus rho GH. What is the pressure at 3? P naught. So V equal to 2GH. So what height it will descend? H naught equal to G T square by 2. T equal to 2H naught by G. So then what is X is equal to? V naught V into T. 2 capital H, H naught. Fine. See, all simple ideas, at least by this time, you should be in a position to, if this vertical tube is inclined, okay, no problem. Then the pressure depends only on the height, no? Not on the length of the liquid column. Pressure depends only on the depth. Calculate the depth. So we should come sequentially. So we should come sequentially. You should not apply between 1 and 2. The liquid is exposed. So between 1 and 3, you should apply. Next question. Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll give the name. Read the question. I think, okay, you are able to see this. Let me take the same diagram. Okay, I brought overall. Let me choose this as. First of all of you, make a habit of reading question. Please do read question. This the two liquids are there. Water is flowing in a tube as shown in figure. Okay, there's a water, density of water, rho W. Specific gravity of liquid present in U tube is 12. Okay, this will have sigma. Later on, I'll replace it. Fine. Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll give different colors so that you'll understand. It's a very good problem. They just again, see, we don't have anything. Equation of continuity, Bernoulli time, finish over. Nothing big. So don't get scared anything here. Okay, this is the some liquid of density sigma it is. Now, okay, this is the water which is flowing here. Okay, there's a density of same water will flow here. Rho W will take it. So we'll take some points for our reference. 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. That dots I'll eliminate. Okay, now it will be two liquids are there, density sigma. Okay, this is that particular point. Okay, now we have almost all the data in front of us. This distance is what? I'll call it as h. This distance, I'll call it as h naught. Okay, let's get into the problem. First, what is the flow rate at 1? I don't have an answer. We have to verify it. I don't have answer. Okay, let's get into flow rate at 1 should be equal to flow rate at 5 and 6. Q1 should be equal to flow rate at 1 should be equal to, so 3, 4 I put it. So 5, 6 I'll write it here. This is 5. This is 6. So first, shall I proceed like this? A1 V1 should be equal to A2 V2. And what all the liquid comes here. So what will happen to this amount of liquid? Some amount of liquid will pass here. Some amount of liquid will pass here. What is the question that is asked? What is the velocity of this emerging liquid? That's the thing. So, so according to the flow rate idea, so it should be A1 V1 should be equal to A2 V2. Fine. So we don't know A1 V1. We know only A2. A2 is how much? 6 centimeters square. We'll write the data. Then, okay, next again equation. A2 V2 should be equal to sum of A5 V5 plus A6 V6. We know A6 V6. Okay, fine. And we know A5. So A5 is how much? Oh. Are you able to see all of you?
Yes, sir.
Just wait some screen. Okay, fine. Yeah. Screen not working. Are you able to see?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah, fine, fine. Yeah. Now, A5. A5 will write 4 centimeters square. A6 is how much? 1 centimeter square. I think we have some data like this. This is the thing. What is our question? We have to somehow calculate the V5. It is. So V5 is V, which is unknown thing. Our goal is to find out this V5. The only thing is unknown. So we know A6 and V6. We know A5. We know A2. So somehow what happen, if I can get V2, I can get 1. So to get the V2, we know A2. A1, V1, that we don't know. Velocity at point A. VA also, V1, we know it. What all the data, velocities we know, we'll write on this side. V1 is root of 20.2 centimeter per second. Sorry, meter per second it is. V1. V2 we don't know. A2 we know. Okay, let's get into. So this is about the thing. Okay, let's write the Bernoulli's equation between 1 and 2. Is it okay? First, E1 should be equal to E2. So this should be P1 plus, they're at same energy level, no? So density of water, V1 square by 2, P2 plus U plus rho W, V2 square. So P1 plus, keep it in hand like this. Then what is the pressure at 3 and 4? Should be equal, no? Because they're on same horizontal line. Pressure at 3. Pressure at 3. What is the expression for pressure at 3? So we'll do one thing. I'll write the equation like this. P1 plus density of water G H naught plus H minus P3 equal to 0. I'm asking you to write manometric equation from here to here. P1 plus rho W G H naught plus rho W G H, because what is the density here? Everything is rho W here. Okay, similarly write manometric equation other side. P2 plus rho W G H naught minus sigma plus sigma GH minus P4 equal to 0. What is the pressure at 3 and 4? Should be equal. They are lying on same horizontal line. So therefore, what is P3 should be equal to P1 plus rho W G H naught plus H should be equal to P2 plus rho W G H naught plus sigma GH. Rho W G H naught will cancel out. So therefore, I can, the equation 1 here, P1 . Okay, there's the equation 2. So do we know P1 minus P2? Yes, substituting P1 equal to substituting 2 in 1. We know V1. From that, what happened? We'll get the V2. I'll solve it. Put 2 in 1. Or else we'll write one more step. It'll be easier. I'll call this as equation 1. This will become P1 minus P2 equal to sigma minus rho W GH. Put 2 in 1. So equating that sigma minus rho W GH should be equal to, okay, I think we know V1, we know sigma and rho W all, and we know H also. Substituting will get the V2. That value of V2 I'll substitute here. Then I'll get V5. Fine. Can you solve this later on? I'll go for the next question. A complete problem is visible. See once. Solve for V2. So then what is V5? V5 should be equal to A2 V2 minus A6 V6 by A2. That V5 is what? B. Okay, no, so some questions are there like this with inverted on this one. So there's a method what you should apply. I'll scroll down. Read this question. Okay, now here, where is the Ols? Ols, they are at a depth h by 2. So what is the velocity of Flex? Straight away. So this will be V. This will be V. So what is V is equal to root of 2g h by 2. Root of gh. Then this emerging liquid will exert a force on this one. Thrust force it is called as. What is the area of cross section of the small holes? Area A this is. And we know thrust force is what? Rho V, rho A V square. V is how much? Root GH. So this much of force acting. So anything will happen to container. The container will experience a torque. This you will better go for a top view. If you view from the top, it will appear like this. This is R. This is R. So there's a top view. This is an emerging liquid. So this is the top view. I think not vertically up, vertically down. Please, you must have enough of common sense here. You are viewing from top. Then the top view diagram will be like this. Then this emerging liquid will exert a force. This emerging liquid will exert a force. So this force will set up torque about 2. Yes. So what is the torque? Should be equal to 2F into R plus R. What is the axial distance? R plus R 2R. So this will set up a torque. No, this is 2R. This is F. Torque will be like this. This is R plus R 2R, 2R and F. This torque is, so the net torque, how it will be about O, it will be in this direction. What is F? Rho A G H. This will be 2R. So 4 A G H rho R. So like this, the emerging liquid will also exert a torque. Simple things. So it will, so what will happen to it? It will start spinning. This one. It will start rotating. I think this was the sprinkle, no? Sprinkler, lawn sprinkler. So there's a basic method is what we use. I'll magnify the diagram. Yeah. Okay, read the question, read the data. So earlier it was a tank. It was made inclined of 45 degrees. Now he's asking what is the velocity of Flex. Questions are just you should have the basic geometry in the hand, such things. What was the height? Small hole created at the bottom. Okay, if you look at the height one, so what is telling this is what H, no? So when you incline it, it will still remain H only. Am I right? And then what about this? We'll get some triangle here, no? Shall we take this is Y? So whenever we are bothered, what happened? We should bother about only this Y. At what depth the hole is from the free surface. So can we calculate? So this is inclined at 45 degrees. Sine 45 degrees equal to Y by H. Y equal to H by root 2. Okay, let's apply Bernoulli's theorem. Exactly just outside this particular point and this one. So this is almost exposed to atmosphere. So let's not bother. So I'll do one thing. We will remove this. It doesn't matter, sir. Again, you start thinking something very different, not needed. The bend doesn't matter much as long as the area of cross section is remains same. Now it will be. Now look at the point now. It is exposed to hole. So we'll take 2 points here. One at the hole and other the inside. So 1 and this is 2. 2 not visible. So this is there, no? So applying Bernoulli's theorem. E1 equal to E2. So pressure here will be P naught, P1 plus U plus P2 plus U2 plus K2. Pressure here is P naught. This is U 0. Oh, sorry, it will emerge with a speed. No. Now, what is the pressure at 2? Depends on rho G Y, not rho GH. 1 and 2 are on same horizontal level. And what is the state of this liquid in the container at test? Root of 2gy. What is y is equal to? Earlier, what was V naught? V naught, what you can write in this particular problem? Root of 2gh, divide these two. Now this will be how much? 2 to power of 2 to power of 1 by 4 it is.
Minus 1 by 4.
So different, the container we took only cylindrical, no? Now it can come of different shape. Let's not bother. Let's use our basics. From the hole you're applying it to at the hole at what depth from the free surface. Only that matters. Remaining rest all we let's not bother. Trying to grasp the idea here. Let me introduce you to. Okay, one more. Yeah, it's a really good question. I will just redraw it. This is a container. This is a cylindrical container, and here is a hole is there. 1 meter height given. Radius is 5 meter. Tank at 1 meter. Hole is made. So he's asking what is the horizontal range. So the entire setup is. I'll draw the relative diagram. I'm just building up the diagram. This everything is a liquid. Different shaped containers. Getting some idea. It need not be always cylindrical. Different shaped containers come. So we should have some methodology. That's what I'm trying to do here. Now, all is there at a depth. Okay, there's a all. Radius of. Okay, let's get into this one. So this is the thing now. So we know radius, so we'll call this as O. The O is where at this particular point. Is asking what is the range and what is the height at which O is made. 1 meter. Tell me how the liquid will emerge here. So I want you. The liquid, when you put a hole in a container, no, the liquid will be directed normal to the wall of the container. So this is a container. Fine. So how the liquid will emerge? The velocity of Flex will be directed normal to the surface of the wall of a container where hole is made. So the hole is made here. There's a hole. So how the liquid will be, how the velocity of Flex will be directed normal to the hole. Fine. I'll give few more examples of this. Time being, you take this one. Okay, now he's asking to get the velocity of Flex. So this particular thing, so it will come and strike like this. The jet will come and strike here. So it's asking that particular range altogether, that range. Okay, for that we should know, for velocity of Flex, we should know what depth the hole is located. At what depth is located. So shall we take this is h. So what is h? H should be equal to r minus. So let's take this is capital H. R minus capital H. 5 minus 1, 4 meter. So what is the velocity of Flex? Root of 2gh. That we got it. Okay, no problem. Let me take this is theta. Yeah. Fine. So what is the liquid? What height it will fall? So here it will have theta, no? Theta, you take it. So what is the height it will descend? So time of flight of the jet will calculate. So h should be equal to v cos theta t plus g t square by 2. Will I agree? Some component of velocity is there. So what is the theta? I think theta we can calculate here. So cos theta equal to h by r. No, wrong thing, wrong thing. Not horizontally, normally from the vessel. Question is wrong. Question is wrong. Data is wrong. It cannot come. It will, the velocity of Flex will be directed normal to the surface of the wall. There's a basic condition. Okay, we got h. After getting h, is asking to get the x, no? So this will call it as x dash. So what is x dash? Should be equal to range v sine theta into t. So therefore now what is x is equal to? Final calculation. X should be equal to r sine theta plus x dash. X dash is what we have here. There's a basic general rule. Velocity of Flex will be directed normal to the surface of wall where hole is made, where hole is present. Now, there's a rule, so that's what happens normally. If you want to can check it, no, you do have many types of container in your home. So make a hole and check it. Okay, agree this. So I can fill up in different shaped containers. So that this you be careful. Okay, can you work out? I think that this answer also will change. You have to work out here. It's a projectile motion. Nothing is only getting this is what Bernoulli's theorem. Remaining all is projectile motion. Let me introduce to the idea here only. No, if a wall is made, if a, I'll fill up liquid in a different containers like this. We have shapes. Look at the container. I'll fill up container. I will place it on a horizontal ground. Let me make a hole somewhere at the bottom, or yeah. I'll make a hole like this. In the side wall, in the slant face, I'll make a hole so that everything is filled up. Now look at the container. It's a conical, no? Look at the walls. Walls are inclined. So now we are trying to analyze what will happen to the liquid. How do it emerge? Yeah. So the liquid, what will happen? The jet. So this angle, let it be theta. So the liquid here will emerge like this, and it will similar to projectile projected from a tower at an angle theta. The same conditions is what will come. So the velocity of Flex should be directed normal to the wall. If this is theta, this should be theta. Am I right? Theta. So no, I'll call this is length L. The hole is at a length L. So we know theta. Can we calculate the depth? Depth at which the hole is made. So what is the depth here? So depth, this should be h, no? So from the mathematics, so what we can write it as? This is L, this is theta, this is h. So sine theta is equal to h by L. So what is h equal to? L sine theta. What is the velocity of Flex first? 2gh, 2gl sine theta. Agree this? Okay, after this, what will happen? It will be a projectile motion. So what is the total height of the cone? Let it be capital H. So what height it will descend? Capital H minus small h, the remaining height it will descend. Capital H minus small h is equal to V cos theta t minus gt square by 2. With this, we'll come to know what time it will take to combine strike here. The jet will strike with certain speed V1. Then what horizontal distance it will traverse? It's a pure projectile, huh? Nothing to do with anything. So this will become range. This will become range. So what is the range? Range should be equal to V sine theta into T. How the thrust force will act? The thrust force must act in this direction. So what is the thrust force? Rho A V square. What is A? Area of cross section of hole. Getting the idea now? So the how the velocity will be directed normal to the slant face. And the thrust force should not be horizontal, opposite to velocity of Flex. That's the basic rule. Okay, now let me make the container. Small observation, nothing Let's take this condition. I'll construct it. Meanwhile, you can, this is the container, now the same conical container. The broad side is made open and the narrow side, narrow side what happened will be placed on the horizontal surface. So we'll make a hole in this container. So let that hole be at a see now the liquid what will happen will emerge normal to it. That's the same ideas. So the jet what will happen will come and strike the ground. I think just now previous earlier one problem we did know that the similar idea of that. Let H be the this one. So let's take this is again the same theta. Let it be at a L, at a distance L. So we can calculate at what depth the hole is located. This will be the range, range of the jet. Let's get into mathematics. So from the triangle, this is theta, this is h, no? So what is sine theta? Sine theta equal to h by L, h equal to L sine theta. Now, what is the velocity of reflex? 2gh, 2g L sine theta. Shall I write directly? No need of Bernoulli's theorem directly because it all depends on depth, no? No, not length L, slant length L. Vertical depth, the hole at what vertical depth it is located. Pressure depends on depth, no? From that we are deducing this one. Now, if this is theta, this will be theta, 90 minus theta. So this will be theta. Then h minus h should be equal to v cos theta t plus g t square by 2. Solving this, we'll get the time. After getting time, the range will be v sine theta into t. How the thrust force? The thrust force will act normal to this. A be the area of cross section hole. No, you look at the normal contact. Normal contact will be different. No, both the cases, the weight of the liquid is same. Here, component of thrust force will act vertically up. Previous problem, the component of vertical force will act vertically down. So definitely the normal contact experience will be different. So can you manage now different shape containers in Bernoulli's theorem comes? It's nothing. So what you should do, at what depth the hole is located and how the wall is oriented. Because the velocity of reflex, you should show normal to the surface of the wall. That's the basic idea. Some one question we had. Oh, yeah. Read the question. Something I'm bringing two containers. Carefully read question first. First try to understand it. Hurry up. I to finish off few more ideas are there. Okay, I'll have water. Huh? Read and think on it. What do you expect finally? What do we expect finally? Because that is very important. So finally, the level of liquid in both the containers must be same. Will I agree? There's the initial, there's the final. Okay, we need some background. What happened to level of liquid finally in both the containers? Must be equal. So this is the initial what you are seeing, and this will be the final diagram. So what I notice is like finally the level of liquid in both the containers have to be same. Okay, no. So the final diagram. So can we calculate what is the final level of liquid? How to get this level? Total volume of liquid will remain same, no? Now let's get into the final level of liquid. This is 2A and this is A. So let's go for the initial volume. Initial volume will be A into H. Final volume should be AHF 2AHF. So therefore, what is HF? H by 3. Now, this is important for us. After this, at any time, this is at t equals 0. What is the question asked? The time when the level of water and the final is this one. Agreed? After certain finally what happened? This what happened. At any instant of time, we'll take a condition. So at any instant of time, so somewhere the level will be here and this will be here, no? The level the level in the left cylinder will be decreasing and the level in the right cylinder will be increasing. Let me share this. And now we have to write some suitable equations. So how to write Bernoulli's theorem where container in one liquid is increasing, so the liquid in one container is increasing, and the other container, the level of liquid is falling. Now you see, I'll call this is H. Let this be H dash. This is A. This is 2A. This area of cross section here is A, that one. That is what given. Area of cross section here is a small a. So again, let's go for conservation of total volume of liquid. So it should be AH. So initial volume A capital H should be equal to AH to AH dash. So what is H dash equal to? H minus H by 2. The difference in level of the liquid in both the containers, that will be delta H. I think this will be 3H minus H by 2. What is delta H? Difference in level of liquid in both the container. I think till here any student can manage. Now little bit. Now why the liquid will flow? Due to this pressure difference. You calculate pressure at this particular point. So now get into the idea. So here, what is the state of liquid? Liquid will be in motion. Take help of these 2 points. Little bit as you have to really come with a some thinking has to be done. Why the liquid will flow? Definitely the pressure at 1 should be greater than pressure at 2. Am I right? The liquid will flow from higher pressure to lower pressure. Let's apply Bernoulli's theorem. What is the state of liquid? Liquid will be in motion. So here it is at rest. It will be in motion. So we have to assume it like this. Huh? I think I'll be 2, 1. So here you can show it is in motion. Here you can see it to be at rest. So either way, altogether the liquid is rushing. Why did it rush? Due to pressure difference. So what is the pressure difference? Pressure difference P1 minus P2 should be equal to rho V square by 2. What is P1 minus P2 should be rho G delta H. So what is V is equal to 2G delta H. Okay, now let's get into what will happen to level of flow rate. Flow rate at 1, flow rate at 2 should be equal to flow rate at 1, because what amount of liquid that is decreasing here, how much of amount of liquid is decreasing per second in this left container, that much of liquid per second should enter here. The flow rate should live here. So equating the flow rate. So this will be A minus dH by dt should be equal to A into V. What we are applied, the flow rate at this particular point means what amount of liquid per second that decreases in this left container, that much of amount of liquid per second should flow through this horizontal pipe. That's the meaning of this. I think these two ideas are very important. Why negative sign? Because the level of liquid will decrease. No, you compare HF will be less than capital H. So the level of liquid decreasing, that's why this negative sign. What to do after this? So we know A minus dH by dt. A, this should be 2G delta H. So this will be A solving this, dH is equal to A by root 2 get cancelled. So this will be A by capital A root G into dt. Negative sign, we'll keep it here time being. So this will be 3h minus h to the power of 1 by 2. We have to take the integration like this only. Yeah, anybody limit? At t equals 0, what is the level of the liquid in the left container? H. After some time t, it has become h by 3. I'll write the answer. Later on, you check the limits, integration method. I'll go for next concept. Okay, what are the important ideas? The important ideas is this one. And this particular thing. And the conservation of this one. I'll scroll down. We'll discuss some Magnus effect, aerodynamic lift, Magnus effect. Before that, let me discuss some theoretical. I just brought some diagrams. It will be very easy for you. Yeah, this will be. Focus on the left diagram. Focus on the left diagram. So what actually happening is this particular ball, it is spinning now. The air it will rush like this. There's a air which is rushing here, no. So because of this spin, the air here what happen will be more retarded. See, air is having uniform velocity. The flowing air will have uniform velocity. By the time it encounters the spinning ball, spinning sphere, here what happen? The air will be retarded more at lower point. Airflow is retarded. This will be airflow is retarded by the ball. This one. I think I have a dark color. Yeah. Clear all of you? This is airflow is retarded by the ball. So what will happen to speed of the air? Not speed of the ball. Speed of the air will decrease. And then here what happen? The airflow is increased by the ball. The airflow. I think I'll rewrite it because the sentences are very important. I'll write that sentence. Airflow is retarded here. Airflow is accelerated. And these are very important. Without this, you can never understand anything. Rest of everything we know. Okay, this one. Why that airflow will be retarded? The spinning ball, what happened? Definitely what happened? The velocity of this tangential velocity of this particular spinning ball, what will happen? Will retard, no? Say somebody is moving opposite to you. So what happened? You will try to push it. So here this particular point of the ball, what happened? Will try to push the air. So therefore, the velocity of air will be decreased. Airflow is retarded, we'll say. Now what will happen to this one? So now this particular point of the ball open will try to carry the air along with it. The air which is flowing open, further its velocity will be increased, so the airflow is accelerated. So the air which was moving with a constant velocity, everywhere the velocity is same. By the time it arrives here, it will have less speed, here it will have more speed. So now it was having energy, no? It was having energy. So now what happened, that energy got decreased. Please do understand, in books you have a sentences but no diagrams. Huh? That's why the students find very difficult. Now you break up this area into two parts, lower part and this upper part. This lower part is, let's say, atmospheric pressure P naught, and it's having kinetic energy. The upper part, it's having same kinetic energy and same pressure P naught. This will be, now as with energy E naught, it will enter. The kinetic energy got decreased here, the air, when it arrives here. The decrease in kinetic energy, what happened? Will converted into increase in pressure energy. Similarly, the air, it was having a pressure P naught and it was having a some kinetic energy, say K naught. By the time it arrives here, its kinetic energy got increased. From where, how, what energy should decrease? The pressure energy should decrease. So therefore, where the pressure at one will be more than two. So therefore, and the air is a fluid, will exert a force, pressure into area. What is effective area? You can take it. Not 2 pi r square, pi r square. So therefore, there'll be net force. This is called like a Magnus force. The Magnus force will be acting. So this Magnus force will act upward here. And also there'll be buoyant force. Let's not bother. Also there'll be buoyant force. Let's not bother. Getting the idea, no? So the similar thing. Let's come for this. This will be much easier for you. There's a ball which is just rushing with a speed v, no spin. Then what happened? The air which was flowing here with the same speed, it will flow here. How much it was retarded here, that much what happened, will have same retardation. Of course, I'll not say no retardation. Here it was having a retardation here. Now also it will have the retardation. So what is the pressure at both the points? So why not here Magnus force? Are you getting no? So you can ask questions. So why not Magnus force? So let's talk about this particular volume of air. It was having some pressure P naught and say kinetic energy K naught. By the time it arrives here, this surface of the ball will retard. So what happened? The kinetic energy will decrease. The pressure energy should increase. Similarly, the upper surface also will retard the air by same amount. Here also what happened? The pressure will, so kinetic energy decrease, pressure increase. But what happened to the net force will be zero. So therefore, what will happen here now? There won't be Magnus effect. Now the same thing, if I put a spinning ball, if it spins, then what happens? A Magnus effect will be produced and there'll be a velocity. So a force and velocity. Tell me how it will move. It will move like this. No spin, then air spin. So because of Magnus effect, a force F will act, and there's also velocity, no? Because of velocity and force, what will happen here, no? So it will try to move like this here. I'll bring that velocity so that V naught will write. Able to understand this one? So there'll be Magnus effect. Magnus effect in what direction? We have to show it here, like the force. And this called as F is called as a Magnus force. Why do it is no? This Magnus force, due to what it will come? Due to spinning effect, no? If there is no spinning effect, we don't get Magnus force. No Magnus force here. How much the air retards here, the same amount it retards here, and then it will exert, and the pressure at 1 and 2 will be same, and there won't be net force acting on the ball vertically. So therefore, so no Magnus effect. Now the same ball, if it is moving and also spinning, then what when a Magnus effect will come into picture, because the air here will be retarded more, velocity decreases. So this volume of air, it was having energy E naught. When it comes here, it will have same energy E naught, but which energy will decrease? Kinetic energy decreases. That should be converted into increase in pressure energy. So therefore, pressure at this point will be more than this one. So because of that, what will happen? a Magnus force will act, and velocity and force. So what happened to the trajectory of ball will be like this. Able to understand now? So let's use the same idea here. So there's a spinning ball. I brought it. See, there's some theoretical background is there, that clarity is first needed. This was having a spin, omega, and also having velocity v. Try to now deduce. I'm not showing all that air, everything it is understood, because where do it will spin? Density of area is given rho. Because of spinning effect, what is the velocity of this point will be? V minus r omega. What the velocity of this point will be? V plus, go for rolling motion. Velocity of this point. Now, the velocity, what happened? The air will be retarded. Air will be retarded more. So it will exert a force here, P2 into A. So here air will be retarded more. Here it will exert a force, P1 into A. So I'll put a condition. Air will have more retardation. Air will have less retardation. So therefore now the difference in pressure force, so delta P, this should be equal to how much? Half rho this velocity you call V2, this velocity you call V1. V2 square minus V1 square. So rho by 2, V plus R omega whole square, V minus R omega whole square. So all together, this will become 2 rho R V omega. This is a pressure difference. Okay, what is that delta P? P2A minus P2 minus P1. Okay, let's calculate the force now. So the Magnus force will be delta P into A. What to write del A? Effective area, pi r square. Or shall I write 2 pi r square? Because effective area as seen by the fluid will be circular disk similar to that one. So this will become 2 rho r v omega pi r square. 2 pi rho v omega r cube. This is a Magnus force. What direction you have to show it? This force will be acting upward. Now look at that, how the trajectory of this ball, the trajectory of this ball will be and this diagram is very important. This will be the trajectory of the ball. This F is called as Magnus force. Where do we use? I think most of you like cricket, no? Reverse swing. Do you know reverse swing? We are going to use the Magnus effect. The reverse swing is all about the Magnus effect only. Next, I think football. I brought one diagram to explain. No. There's a, I think, very popular player, is a skilled player who knows how to use Magnus effect. Okay, let's see that, how the Magnus effect is going to take help of that one. So let me just erase that data which I wrote. No, first neatly make observation of diagram. See, I think now this example I'm giving, airflow is retarded. Here what will happen? Airflow is accelerated. Magnus force is writing. So that is it visible for you? The weight, buoyancy, viscous drag, all will be acting. Just we are interested in the Magnus force. Okay, now you see that. So what actually happens? There's like a free kick, no, nearby the goal post. Please, somebody don't disturb class. I'm talking something very important. Please don't disturb class. Mute it. Just listen carefully what I'm speaking. Okay, here this particular player who is a specialist in the like a free kicks, no, so that will be brought here. And you know these are opponent players. So what type of players they'll put it? One or more height, no, one or more tall. Okay, they are made to stand here. So what they do, they'll block this much of area. Finish shore. So you have only this small area, this much where you can put it. And that what happen when you kick that one, no? So definitely this taller person, what happened, we can jump and can block that one. So finally what happened, because of this 4 persons, so what is the problem? This much of area is blocked. Goal post, finish shore. This person, what will do, you can send ball like this. This person open can block this area. Fine, so this is ruled out. What about this? He can send a ball like this. Here what happened, opponent, both white color, are you seeing that one, or will give jersey, blue color jersey, yeah? Okay, the remaining other colors are their opponent. So here what will happen, he can send a ball like this. One person is permitted here, am I right? For and what will happen, opponent will be here. So if you send it here open, definitely open, this person will come and disturb. So anything sending here is a problem. And the goalkeeper see that he should not stand here, he should be here. Now if you can send a ball like this goalkeeper can easily intercept this area. The goalkeeper should be taller or should be shorter guy, should be taller enough, no? And he can block this one. This person will block this area, finish over. This much of area is blocked, and the goalkeeper weapon can cover this much of area. Tell me what is left over. Only this area is left over. This person, even if he jumps, okay, because of his position, no, he cannot block. Only this area is left over. Okay, no, can he send directly? This 2 persons will block it, no? So what has to be done? The ball has to be curved like this. I think we have very popular player, no? Beckham, David Beckham, England previous captain. He was a perfect, he was called as a perfectionist in this particular using Magnus force. What we have is now in cricket reverse swing. I don't know the person's fast ball on him. Anybody? India is very famous, no? Anybody? Anybody please respond. Some bowler name.
Sir, Pakistani bowler is famous, sir.
Forget Pakistan. Pakistan.
Wasim Akram, sir.
Forget you are in old new in India. Now we are having a latest trend. I don't know the fast bowler name. He will walk very less distance, no? Fast bowler.
Bumrah.
Bumrah is now the modern, you can say, phenomenal fast bowler. He is very special. He is far better than Wasim Akram. Jasprit Bumrah, that one. You look at his averages, no? Is a one of the best bowler in modern times now. In this era, you can say, compared to Wasim Akram, is still more far better. Is also very good in using Magnus effect, Magnus force. Okay, how do that call it? A reverse swing. Okay, now what actually happens here? How this particular ball is there, no? There's a ball. So I should produce Magnus effect. For that, what happen if I just send this ball with a velocity v? I don't think so any use. Am I right? No Magnus effect will come. So how it is possible? Why no Magnus effect? Okay, let's get into the diagram which I have supportive diagram for that. Here, no Magnus effect. No, am I right? No Magnus effect, just velocity. So how I should kick? I should not kick at the middle. I should do a kick at this particular point. It should be kicked here. So therefore, this will introduce a spin also, and also velocity for center of mass. Now, as it starts spinning, the velocity of this point will be how much? V plus R omega. Velocity of this will be how much? V minus R omega. Because of this, 192. So here, which force will be greater now? P1A here, P2A. Definitely P1A will be greater than P2A. So therefore, how the Magnus force? The Magnus force will act in this direction. Because of force and velocity, how the trajectory of the ball? The trajectory of the ball will be black color. Will take it. This will be the trajectory of the ball. Able to understand this one? So here what happened? You should be more. You should be very specific. Huh? No, you and me go and kick. Nothing will happen. So this will be the trajectory of the ball. You know projectile motion, weight and velocity will act. It will bend it. No. So now what will happen? You should rise it up. You should not send here because this person can easily block this area. It should come somewhere in this region. In this region. Even if he jumps also, he cannot do that one. So what happened? The ball will go like this. The ball will go and it will bend. So that's why there are two persons will come. First, one person will come and kick. One person will just jump off. No, the goalkeeper what happened will try to move like this, and the other person immediately will come and kick and will come. So sometimes only one person will be there. If they're very confident, one person will come. He will come like this. Huh? If he just comes like this, then what will happen? The goalkeeper will think that the ball is going on this side. He will jump like this. No, this person what happen? Will he have to twist his ankle in such a way that instead of kicking here, he should kick like this. Then spin will come and the ball will swirl and go that one. I think you see sometimes they kick in such a way that ball will come here, goalkeeper will jump here. So the goalkeeper will be looking at ankle. So these are the skills. So ideally what happen? They should know the science. Huh? Just like I'm having a stamina, I'll play football nowadays, not possible. The person who is playing the game, he should take help of science. Then only will shine. Otherwise, not possible. You should daily think on that one. So that's why you see all the popular sports person, they're good thinkers. So you want to become engineer, you should think. Otherwise, not possible. You will not shine. Please do understand. Without thinking, no, just I will only okay. Some sir told problems. I'll practice them related to that. When exam will come, okay, you'll become another player who will enter 2-3 matches, will be dropped out. You must think and analyze. There's no other way. So without thinking ability, what happens? You can't become engineer. See, how many problems I solved per day? Every day, 10, 15 problems are solving. 60 best problems if I discuss. Tell me what you are thinking. Your effort should be there, no? That one. Got the idea, no? So the Magnus effect, there's a thing. Okay, similarly for aeroplane, we can go for aerodynamic lift. So for what is the aerodynamic lift? So how if you take the aeroplane, I think some 2 days back, some parent called. It's telling like, sir, discuss more numericals so that my kid can do better in exam. Okay, fine. Good marks will come. Will you get good knowledge if I discuss more numericals? You only think and answer. Huh? All these are not self-explanatory. All these are self-explanatory. You should explore. But nowadays what happened? The parents are thinking that, okay, somehow if they get a rank, okay, we can do something. You'll get a rank, oh, don't bother rank. But knowledge will not come by teachers teaching. Your own effort, your own analysis. I'm making things clear. Knowledge rank in India, they are not much related. In abroad, what happen? The knowledge's person will get a rank. In India, what happen? Even without knowledge, also person gets rank. So the parents are insisting on rank, not on knowledge. She's telling like, sir, somehow you see that you discuss more numericals, so related to that in exam will come, they'll get a rank. I said, okay, fine. Then I'm not responsible for your future. They told like, sir, you are not, don't bother about our future. Your duty is to get a rank. To this extent, what will happen now, we have fallen ourselves. That's why what happen if you go for IITs, no, how many are doing creative jobs? Hardly 1%. 10 or 15 guys out of 10,000 every year. Remaining all are what happens stupids, worth of dustbin. So you want to become what? I think you should decide. So exploration of science is very important. If you don't think on science, not possible. Science is not gathering information. I think already I wrote somewhere comment. Science is not about gathering information and facts. Science is all about the thinking on it, how it will come, what it should come. So if your teacher does more numericals discusses, he's not a good teacher. He's a very, very bad teacher. This I'm making clear. Huh? Okay, now aerodynamic lift. We do have a propellers, no? These are called as propellers. Huh? Only one propeller, I'll take it to explain. So the weight of the aeroplane will act. And we need some aerodynamic lift here. The air which is, and the pressure at 1, pressure at 2. So from where aerodynamic lift will come? This particular thing, the propellers will come. So here what happened, we'll get a aerodynamic lift. So pressure at 1, P1A, here P2A. Here this will be P1A, here P2A. The air which is rushing above, so these are the points 1 and 2. So definitely what happened, the air will be retarded more at 1 than at 2 because of these propellers. V1 less than V2, then P1 greater than P2. So when the aeroplane flies here, so the air which is rushing below the propeller, what happened, will have less speed than this particular thing. So P1 is greater than P2. So what is A now? A will be area of cross section of the wing, not just only of that of sphere. A is the area of cross section of wing. Area of cross section of wing. So like this, what will happen? This P1A minus P2A will become aerodynamic lift. Designing of propellers is very important. Are we good in aeronautical engineering? No, we do import, no. Are we good in rockets? What is the rocket? Deepavali rocket, how it is similar to that? Just burning fuel and launching it. Aerodynamics is not like that. Huh? The propellers, the designing of propellers is what? The skill. In India, we can't manufacture aeroplanes because we don't have technology to manufacture the propellers. The knowledge of chemistry, all things are needed. Huh? We are very poor. That's why we have to import all the planes like Rafale. Why can't we manufacture? Because we are not good in that designing the aerodynamic components. This is about the aerodynamic lift. So this F I should show. Only I'll write. By the propellers. So as the air will rush, because of that rotating propellers, what happen? The air below will be retarded, the air above will be accelerated. And because of that, we'll get the aerodynamic lift here. This is the one thing. Okay, let's get into next set of problem. Okay, this is about the Magnus effect, aerodynamic lift, possibility of asking any question. No, this is some mathematics will get into some problems of this one. Read the question. at an instant of time, okay, this is about the wheels. So the liquid here will rush, no? And let the level of liquid in the container be h. Now how the thrust force will act in this direction. What is the container? The container will be moving like this towards right. And let UR be the velocity of Flux with respect to container, because container at rest will become absolute velocity. Now the container will be moving because of thrust force will accelerate. Because of acceleration, the container will be moving. So what is UR now? Velocity of Flux with respect to container, or velocity of emerging liquid with respect to container. Okay, let's get into this one. So what is UR? I think we are very sure what is UR. UR should be equal to root of 2GH. Any flow rate, can we write it here? Flow rate, let rho be the density. So flow rate, Q should be equal to area of cross section of the hole area of cross, A naught is giving that of the hole is A naught, no? What is the flow rate? How you define? Rho into rho A V square, no? Into U square, UR square. So sorry, only flow rate. Flow rate should be equal to UR into A naught. Then the rate at which the amount of liquid is decreasing in the container. Rate at which, okay, now rate of mass of water decreasing in container. So shall we write dm by dt? So for this, shall we write this dm by dt equal to q into rho? Q is the volume of liquid that is emerging per second. Into density, I'll get the dm by dt. So what is Q? UR A naught into rho. Keep this in mind. Can we write the thrust force now? What is the thrust force? Thrust force should be equal to UR dm by dt. Dm by dt is what? UR A naught rho. I think already we know. Once again, so this thrust force only will accelerate the container, no? M into dVc by dt. What is M? Mass of the liquid, A rho AH rho dVc by dt equal to UR square A naught into rho. A naught, okay, the rho gets eliminated. So this dVc by dt should be equal to UR square what is VC? Rate of change of velocity of container. VC is what? Velocity of container with respect to ground. UR is velocity of flux with respect to container. What is UR square? should be called 2gh. Let me substitute here, dvc by dt. UR square equal to 2gh a naught by ah. So this will get cancelled. Look at a naught, a 2g. They're all, you know. So this is the acceleration of container. This, I think, the thrust force, you need not to do this much. Directly what happens, thrust force, what you can write. Rho A naught UR square, rho A V square. Already we derived it. Write it here. Then this thrust force only will accelerate it, m into dvec by dt, m into rate of change of velocity of container. So if you're getting confusion, simple, rho A naught UR square. Finish. The thrust force only will accelerate it, m into dvc by what is the mass of the liquid in the container at any time t. Solve it and you'll get the, and dvc by dt will become acceleration of container. Directly you can start from here. Just I wanted you to think, because the amount of liquid at any time t decreases. So what is the type of motion the container describe? Uniform accelerated motion. And you know what is the time taken to empty the tank? And you know uniform accelerated motion. Apply equations of motion and calculate the velocity. I'll leave this part for you. Let me discuss last one more. If this is a jet having area of cross section A naught and the liquid is emerging with a speed say V naught, the jet will come out. So here I'll keep a surface. So what is the force exerted by the jet on the wall? This emerging jet, it will exert a force, no? So the same formula, there's a wall, force experienced, force exerted by jet on wall should be equal to how much? Rho area of cross section A naught into V naught square. And what is the condition? The jet comes to rest just after striking the wall. Now, similarly, if the wall is also moving, what conditions will come? Let's take a, even the wall is also in motion. Velocity of wall. In that case, the force will be rho naught A V relative square. Sorry, V naught minus VW whole square. What is the velocity of jet with respect to wall? V naught minus VW. If the wall moves opposite, or wall, or it can be a block. In that case, what is V relative? Then the force will be rho naught A So in what direction the force? The force will be in the direction. The force will be here. The wall will exert a force like this. What is A? A naught? A naught is area of cross section of jet, not area of cross section of the wall. Able to analyze this condition? No, if the wall is inclined, what conditions have to be brought here? Okay, let this be the jet. Last one more. If the same thing, if it comes at an angle. I think there's a quite natural, no? So sometimes we hold pipe. I'll go for better diagram. Now you can see clearly in the diagram, the jet is emerging. So there's a pipe. All of you first, you should able to understand what is the diagram. There's a pipe. Area of cross section of this pipe is A. Let this be theta. And the velocity is V. With what speed the jet is coming, this one. Now I'm interested in. So what is the pressure on the surface? Pressure or directly let's calculate the force. How you manage this one. The same idea. Just now what we discussed now, the same idea of that is what we are bringing here. What is the area of cross section of the jet is A, but when it's striking, so what surface, how it will strike? It will strike at an angle. Any changes will you bring in your thinking? I will take help of the geometry. This is what area A, no? This is theta. So this should be theta. This should be call this is say some A dash. Area of cross section of jet is A. And what happened? Area of contact of the jet with the surface. Oh, just I'll get back the screen. Let me finish off. There's a very small topic is there. Then we'll wind up the class. Able to view? Shall I continue?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, what is our assumptions? I think we have to rewrite again all. Okay, there's a velocity, area, density rho, and there's a pipe. It is making an angle theta. This is the contact angle. Try to see this. So let's get into there's a floor, floor or ground, anything. Or the force exerted by the jet on the ground that we are interested. Now look at the pipe. Pipe it is inclined at an angle theta. So this is the area A, and this will be A dash. This will be theta, no? Will I agree this? So this is theta, 90 degrees. This should be theta. So what is cos theta? A by A dash. So A dash is equal to A by cos theta. What is A dash we should call? What is A? A is area of cross section of jet. What about A dash? A dash should be area of ground in contact with jet. How do that liquid will exert a force? It will exert force normally, no? Or it will exert force in any direction. It should exert a force normally. It will exert a force normally. So therefore the force exerted will be in this direction. So if you take this area, I'll shift this upward. So just what you have to do, we have to take pen, paper, and we should think. That is what we are trying to avoid, because what we don't want any pressure on the area of ground in contact with the jet. We don't want. We want to learn science happily. That's a major problem. Huh? No, let's get into this one slightly. I'll bring that surface. So the force is acting here normally. So we'll resolve this force. This should be the theta. This is theta, no? So we'll get two component of force, no? And this is what A dash. So F cos theta is the net force acting on the surface, force acting on the ground. Force exerted by jet on the ground. This should be equal to Fg, I'll write it. This should be equal to, shall I write F cos theta, F sin theta? F sin theta will be tangential. F cos theta will be normal force, or will make it still more clear. It is normal force. This force is what we are interested. Normal force exerted by jet on the ground. So F perpendicular. This will be, I think, more systematic. Will be F cos theta. What is F? What is F here? Rho A dash V square into cos theta. And what is A dash? A dash will be A cos theta. How much will get? Rho A V square only. Any changes? Anybody wants to object it? A dash is what? Effective area. The force will act in this direction. So I'm resolving that force. So how much it will become? Rho A V square only, that is. The force exerted by the jet on the surface will be. Or you want to, F cos theta is the horizontal force. Huh? Again, look at the velocity. Look at the velocity parameter. Even the velocity also should be oriented normally, no? Even the velocity parameter also should be oriented normally. So therefore here, is it justified writing only V or V square cos theta? I think the V also you should take component of velocity directed normal to the this A dash has to be taken, not V. This one. So here I'll make a changes here. There is no problem with A dash. What is F will calculate. What is F? F should be rho A dash, area of contact is A dash, component of velocity, V cos theta whole square into cos theta. This will be, what is A dash? A dash will be A cos theta, V square, cos square theta, this one. So total how much will get? I need a little bit space. Rho A V square cos square theta. Fine. Okay, this if you want pressure, rho A rho V square cos square theta will become the pressure. Even the velocity also should be resolved. That's the basic idea. If the wall is inclined, no, be careful. Or the jet is coming at an angle theta, you have to be careful. Okay, fine. I'll wind up the class. Okay, thank you all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, please do revise all things and also try to work out other numericals. Okay, thank you all of you.